Okay, so I'm here with Martin Kershaw, and Martin is the owner at DCJ Decor. Welcome, Martin. Great to meet you.
Likewise, thank you.
Good stuff. Tell us a little bit about DCJ then.
So my company DCJ is essentially all for my children. I started on my own in 2016, and then in 2020, 2021, we went limited after securing loads of really good work. I started my company because I wanted something for my children to hand over to them. So the DC and J is the initials of my children, Dylan, Kieran, and Jamie. And yeah, I get up every day, go to work, paint stuff so that my children have got something to have when I retire.
Brilliant. I love that. Fantastic. And who are you painting for and who are you decorating for? What type of customers have you got?
So all kinds, right across the board, really. We do domestic stuff, commercial stuff. We're currently working on a Nissan and a Citroen and Peugeot and Avantis workshop and showroom in Blackpool. It's a complete renovation and refit. The company that primarily that we work for is called the Chorley Group, based in Chorley. And yeah, it varies really. We do domestic stuff, as I say, just houses and flats, interior and exterior. And then we do, really big commercial jobs as well.
So there's obviously other decorating companies out there, Martin. What would you say differentiates DCJ to the rest?
I suppose my USP has always been that we go above and beyond all the time. Some people can say kindness is a weakness, but I like to think that just kindness just gets you a bit further in life. So I think the fact that we go above and beyond, we'll stay late, work weekends, we'll juggle things around and work around other people to make sure that the job's delivered as quickly and to the highest standard that we can. From without blowing our trumpet, we just do a really good job. We're honest. It's I suppose it's a bit of a cliche, but it's just what you would expect. And unfortunately, you don't get that every day now. There's a lot of, want of better terms, a lot of cowboys out there, and
yeah,
it's nice to know that we're considered not one of those, and that we get all the work that we do.
Good for you. Good for you. So how's things progressing?
Really, really quickly. We've gone from strength to strength. It's just been one job after another. We've very rarely had down days. We've had lots of times where we've needed to work weekends, evenings. I've been in work and on the job at 2 a.m, and then been back in the work the next day at dinner time. My struggle at the moment is finding good lads that can jump on and help us out and do as good a job as we do. And maybe that'd give me a bit of chance to calm a bit and have a bit of rest time. But we are where we are. The industry's really busy, and we've just got to keep meeting demand, I suppose.
So what does that future look like for you?
In all honesty, I've no idea. It could be. I suppose it could be as big as I wanted it to be. I like to think that the relationships that we've built over the last sort of 9 years by myself, and then the last 3 years as a company, my phone never stops. I have to politely turn work away quite regularly, and it'd be nice to grow a bit more and maybe take on more work, but then obviously that comes with its own challenges as well. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm just kind of, because, as I say, we're still a relatively young company. We've only been limited 3 years. So I'm kind of still learning the ropes as a businessman myself. I was just a good decky that got asked to go and sort out some poor work, sorted that out, and we've just never been able to get away since.
One thing led to another, eh?
Yeah, it's one job after the next job after the next job, and when you do a good job and people are happy with what you offer, it's a risk going somewhere else, isn't it? So eliminating a risk.
So just that thing about running a business, which you've done more of in the last 3 years than the previous 5, but
Yeah.
you have been on your own for 8 years altogether. What would you say you've learned along the way?
Patience. I've learned a lot of patience. Sometimes you can't speak to people that you need to speak to at the time where you need to speak to them, and that can become incredibly frustrating. I've learned to trust a lot more. I suppose I've learned a lot about my own personal development more than, sort of being a businessman. Um, yeah, it's more personal stuff that I've learned about myself. I've learned that I can
What
graft when I
give us
need
a
to.
yeah.
We've had times where we've been really up against it, trying to meet deadlines and things like that, because inevitably when you're in the construction industry, nothing ever runs smoothly. Nothing ever runs from A to Z like it's supposed to do. So, things happen. Plans get changed. New regs come into play. All these kind of things can have an effect on your job. And there's been a few times where we've had a few days to do a week's worth of work, and we've just stayed late, worked weekends, and still managed to get the job done on time. So resilience, things like that, bit of grit and determination.
Right.
I've also
Brilliant.
learned that I could do with learning quite a bit more about being a businessman.
Super. So talking of change, if you could turn the clock back, hypothetically speaking, what might you change?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It's a good question. I'm not sure I would, because everything's, you learn as you go. You've got to make mistakes to learn. Um, that's something that I have as part of my life and in my personal life. You've got to make mistakes to learn. So no, I don't think I would. I'd probably go and do some sort of business course or something like that before I became a limited company. But unfortunately, sometimes time doesn't allocate you them privileges. You've just got to run with what you've got, and especially with the work and the contract that we've got, it was sort of an opportunity that might not have come round again. If another decorating firm perhaps would have got that work before me, then I may not be in this position. So yeah, I suppose I don't think, to be honest, I don't think I would. No, you've got to go through stuff to learn.
Well, keep learning, Martin, and keep on that personal development journey as well.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you'll go on to bigger and better things. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.